Hey, how's it going?
How is it going? What's been the big holdup about me being able to about you being able to answer the phone?
Well, I called you earlier and you didn't answer, so I sent a text and then
That
you
was
just,
one time though. I've called you several times the last couple days. I mean, I can screenshot my call log and post them to your YouTube fucking comment section if you want to prove it.
well, sure, I got call logs too. It would be cool if you wanted to.
Honestly, Nick,
Hold on. I'm
what's
just
going on
you
right
said
now.
one day you're gonna send some money, and then you said you're gonna send groceries instead. And
Groceries. No,
then
I
you
never
said I'm not gonna, you're not gonna send any money because I don't answer the phone. So I'm answering the phone and I'm talking to you.
No, I never said I was going to send money. Actually, I offered to send groceries. I said I would try to see what I could do. I mean, I have my own shit to take care of as well. I'm not rich. I know everybody thinks that just because you own a business, you're rich like Elon, but it's actually not true. So
Well, no, I mean you said
I never said I was going to send you money, and it wouldn't. I don't give a fuck.
you said it if you if I answered the phone, you'd send something.
No, I
You
didn't.
said you're not going to send shit if I don't um answer the phone.
Well, what I said was, yeah, why would I bother trying to help someone who can't be bothered to answer the phone every time I
Every
try to?
time you call, right when you call, sometimes I'm busy, Anna. You said, nope, I'm not sending shit
I
until you talk to us. So I'm talking to you. What would you like me to talk to you
but
about?
you're sending text messages immediately during the thing, like, oh, can't I just
I'm in
try
the.
or
I was using my phone a little bit, and then I just sent you a text to respond to you, Anna. That's all.
your little game don't work on me, Nick.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about your dumb little game you're fucking playing that maybe people that don't know you can't see through, but I see through it.
I don't understand because you said I'm gonna send some groceries to you today. We will work on the rent, but you really have to try and get a job.
I
And
never
so
said. I said we'll work on the rent, and then
at
what time
Wednesday
you told me that you
11:32,
couldn't be bothered to answer the phone, but then you also couldn't be bothered to call back. So like what? Like
I
every
just called you
24 hours.
back, Anna.
So you have no job and you can't be bothered to talk to anyone 24 hours a day.
Why would I need to talk to
Bro.
somebody 24 hours a day? I need to sleep too.
No, I'm saying that there's 24 hours in a day, and out of all 24 hours with no job or anything, you couldn't find a way to call back until I said I ain't gonna help with your rent, and now you want to call back? I mean, that's the fucking game we're playing.
Well, no, I called you back fairly
I'm gonna help
immediately,
you.
Anna.
Hey, I'm gonna pay your rent
Can
this month and next month, but hold on. Never again will I help. Do you understand that? Never again am I going to pay the fucking rent over there because this is like the fourth time.
No, this is one time you sent money. You sent money during my birthday, and like
No,
now there's no jobs. Every time I go
I
on a,
spent money for your birthday, and I also have all the Cash App stuff showing every time I've sent you money, Nick, because I've only sent it through Cash App. So I know how many times we've paid your fucking rent for you because
you sent money twice through Cash App, Anna. That's it. You sent one time for something, and then you sent me $200 during my birthday.
that wasn't your rent. That was a birthday gift. Yep. And we can go back through Cash App, and I know we've paid it before. How many times have we? And on Zelle?
I've never used Zelle. I don't use Zelle. I only use Cash App.
Let's see.
So it says you sent twice. One time you said helping catch up 2,500, and then you sent a payment of $250.
$500. How many months of rent does that pay, Nick?
Well, rent's $500.
475. 475. How many months of rent does that pay, Nick?
One.
That pays 5 months of rent for you. your rent is $475, $2,500 pays for 5 months of rent.
That was over a year ago, and that it was a really hard time. There's been lockdowns and shutdowns and all sorts of things. That the economy's really hard.
I own a business in Portland still. I'm not a fucking retard. I know people that have jobs out there and find jobs every fucking day. If you wanted a job, you'd have one, and you're gonna go get one.
I did a walk up. I went to Winco to do walk up interviews. I've applied through WorkStep. I've applied at 20 other things. It just seems like a endless death loop sometimes of like flex job, remote job, no gig ditty. There's I don't know what to say.
I got a question.
Yeah.
If I send a little extra money for you to get a haircut, are you gonna get a haircut, trim the beard up, and shave your neck up and stuff, so that when you go to these interviews, it's like, looks like you care?
Well, I use clippers and I cut my hair pretty much all the way off, and sometimes going to the barber, it costs a lot of extra money. I don't have time to do that. I could trim up my beard. Yeah, I do that when I go to the jobs. I mean, that's one of the things you do when I dress nice, and I try to get my resume printed out, and I show up, and I don't know what to say.
Your beard's too fluffy right now. It's not upkept, and I can tell because I was watching the videos that you put up in the last 2 days.
I mean, there's some jobs that do require that, but some jobs, it's like the stuff I do is outdoorsy work, and
I understand that you don't think it requires it, but when you go up there and then there's a guy that goes up there that made sure that he was clean cut that day, who do you think's getting the job? The guy that took the extra effort.
Well, I
go there and make sure that he felt confident in his own self.
Okay. Yes.
So that's all, man. I mean, I feel like you're making a lot of excuses to why you don't have a job right now, and I know there's jobs all around you.
I've been looking up jobs. My roommate and I looked up those jobs, like you said, and we found that Habitat for Humanity was hiring.
Are you guys running a fucking scam or something over there? Like, why?
No, what are you talking about?
Why are you calling me asking me for money?
I try to call you and talk to you sometimes, Anna, and it's like...
No, you don't. You never try to call and talk to me. Yeah, listen, dude, I got call logs and call records and everything. Stop. I'm talking about, why is your roommate calling me asking me for money?
I don't know if she called or asked you for money. I asked her, she said no. She just said that she called you and said that things are down and out for me and that I need a little financial help. That was it.
She's been texting me, telling me, how far behind you are, how you have all these excuses about not having a job, about how she knows there's jobs because she hires for job fairs or some shit like that. I mean, listen, Nick, you're not pulling the wool over anyone's eyes.
No, she just showed me a couple things like flex jobs and stuff like that, all these remote jobs, but none of them are actual jobs. So it's like I went to she showed me jobless.com, which takes you to Enlever or whatever, then to Job Hat, and that's just a cycle. It's a loop. So I go to company websites and I apply directly to those company websites.
Nick, her job is to help people find jobs, and that's what she does every single day.
No, she teaches life skills.
She helps people find jobs.
She teaches life skills, and so she does a life skills class. A lot of the work that she does is remote.
I don't really care about any of that, to be honest.
Okay.
Here's the fucking deal. To be honest, to me, it's like this. She's talking to me about how basically you're going to be homeless in a few months because, I don't even know how long. Whenever she starts collecting Social Security, it sounds like you're going to get 3 months free, and then you got to get out. What are you going to do then, Nick? You think $475 a month is too expensive? Renting a room out there anywhere, it's going to be a lot more. What are you going to do? I'm like being serious right now. You're not thinking about the future, and right now
Yeah,
it's
well,
like,
yeah, I always try to plan for the future. When I get a job, I start planning ahead. It's like, and then things happen at these certain jobs, and it's because I do work. I get there and I put my head down and I do the work, and sometimes that people, it makes people uncomfortable or whatever. There's always a new excuse of why. Well, don't show up 15 minutes early because it makes people uncomfortable and all that stuff. And it's like, well, I just show up and I try. I just, I do what the prescribed work is, and if they ask me to do more work, then I do. And
Nick,
some and
Nick.
sometimes I get temp
So
jobs,
all the
and
jobs
the
you've had
and the
all fucked you over?
huh?
All the jobs you've had have all fucked you over, huh?
Well, there's not a
Sounds
specific.
interesting. Since most of the jobs I've had in my life have been minimum wage jobs,
Wait, you worked at the cab for a while.
which was a minimum wage job.
No, you're okay. Well, I'm just gonna say that we've all had our shares of ups and downs, and the everything that's been going on the last couple of years has made it really hard. The lockdowns, the economy, and stuff like that.
And
There's
honestly,
ghost towns, and
people pay more now for good employees. People understand. They want someone that's a good employee that won't argue every time they ask you to do something or tell you what your duty is. They just want you to not. They want you to show up, be there on time, and everything like that. Hey,
I don't argue
you're
with employers. I do
good.
what they tell me, unless they tell me to do contradictory things. And it's like at OIA, I showed up and I did whatever they asked, and then they kept trying to get me to stay later until after the bus. At LKQ, when I worked there at Swing Shift, the last bus would leave at 11:08, and they kept trying to get me to stay there till 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. And then they said that,
Are they having you to do?
huh?
What type of contradictory things are they having you to do?
Well, so like sometimes they'd have you go and pull something that you don't need to pull, and then go and tell the manager above you, because the manager above them is trying to get rid of that manager. Like Mike at Imperial Brown, he was busy drinking on the job. So the head cheese there wanted Mike gone. And instead of just going and drug testing Mike, they just kept, hey, you got your production numbers are lower. Tell Nick to go do this. And then all of a sudden Mike figures out that they're giving him a bunch of extra heat because, they want me to be the lead there. And then so like Jeremy Ryder there, he started trying to hit me with metal bars and stuff, man. And I called Express and I told them what was going on, that I was getting accosted there. They had a Ring security camera system too. It was all caught on camera. And it was just crazy because, I had to move my face real fast, or else that dude would have taken my head off a couple times. We were putting these spacer bars in these hydraulic presses that we were putting panels in and shooting high density foam in to build, large scale fridges. And, the company doesn't make money unless those fridges get sent out on time. And so we were like super behind in production. And so we're picking up production, and the one guy just wanted to sit there and talk to you all day, which is Jeremy. And then, I tell Mike, hey, Jeremy's too busy talking a lot. And Mike would go, well, you need to socialize. And
Nick, that's one job. What happened? I mean, like, here's the truth,
I could keep telling you.
No matter, can I just tell you something? No matter
Sure.
where you go, it's never going to be a perfect situation. There's always going to be someone you don't like.
No, it's not that I didn't like them. I just did what they told me.
I'm not done. I don't think so, because when you're a really good worker, when you really go and do everything they ask, like I'm a boss and I understand how this works, because it actually costs a company more money to keep going to try to hire new people instead of having someone that you can count on. Like, I'm going to hire this person. They're going to be here for a while. We're going to have a good work relationship where this person can have a meaningful work and make money and move up in the company. Hey, that's what companies want. Okay. They don't want to be dealing with somebody and having to hire and hire over and over.
Hold on. Now let me speak some too, because you do know how hard I do work. I worked pretty hard at Eastside, and when I worked at OIA, all they wanted to do was fire half the crew because I had a really good picking speed. And so then they told the crew if they don't pick up the pace, then they're going to start letting go of people. And then all of a sudden, well, all those people, they just made it really hard to work there. There's no other way to say it.
I'm not saying that didn't happen, but then you're going to have to move on from that and go get a different job.
And I do every time this happens. It's not a one isolated event, and it's not me screwing around. It's not me causing problems either. It's the fact that I do the job that I'm told to do, how I'm told to do it. And then sometimes people just don't like that.
I think sometimes, I'm going to tell you out of experience working with you, sometimes you also argue with the boss. Sometimes
Wait, we didn't actually work together. I worked on the graveyard shift.
You argued with somebody else that was an owner in my company.
Well, he kept telling me to let more than one person in the building, and you said not to let more than one person in a building at a time because of the HBS rules through the Oregon Health Authority.
This is literally, I can tell you right now, by this and just watching all your YouTube channel, this is why you don't have a fucking job, bro. Like, you argued with Robert. The reason you couldn't work there anymore was because Robert was like, he can't work here anymore.
No, what happened was he hold on, let me speak too, because I have something to say.
No, I'm not gonna listen, because I was talking.
No, you're going on a rambling spurt. There's a conversation is two ways, Anna. He kept telling me to let more than one person in at a time, and then he threatened to fire me. So I talked to you about it. You had me sign a document that said that I would not let. Okay.
Nick, I'm paying your fucking rent. You're gonna listen. Bro.
Okay. Go ahead.
You and Robert, it doesn't even matter. It's the point that it happened, and I remember it very well.
Well, you told me to not let more than one person in the store at one time.
No, listen. You didn't listen to.
And then Robert threatened to fire me, so I quit.
Wasting company time, meditating in the middle of the floor and shit.
Meditating in the middle of the floor. I was sitting in a chair, or I'd work in the back of the office, and I'd split the products apart that you told me to.
Listen, Nick, you're playing the victim right now when you weren't.
I just simply. Okay. Sure.
My company never victimized you. You were treated really good. We couldn't afford to pay you the most, but you knew that right off the bat. None of us were even getting paid.
No, you guys were getting paid because that's how the bills were getting paid, right? Because I wasn't making enough money to pay anything.
Dan Outrageous Audio is how our bills were getting paid.
Okay.
Dan still had a job at Outrageous Audio.
My phone's about to.
Get off work, and then he would have to do work for Americana.
Okay, well, I would work at Eastside, and then I'd work for you guys too after. So I did work, and then when I thought that there was going to be job security with you guys, I left Eastside. That's it.
No, that's not true. You left Eastside because you wanted to go camping, and you and Cliff got into it.
Actually, we did a family camping trip.
Cliff told you no. He wanted you to work that weekend, and you didn't like that answer, so you went anyway.
No, I had scheduled my vacation time.
Even Nate was with us. Even Nate remembers. Like, we all remember.
I scheduled my vacation time.
Tried to twist it around. You decided to go camping. You even drove your own car, and I remember you getting all mad and backing it up into a tree that day.
No, this was going on, and then I got distracted while I was driving. That's it. I didn't back it into a tree on purpose. I only had 2 days to go camping, Anna. That was it. I couldn't go the full trip.
Nick, listen, stop it, dude. Stop.
My phone's about to die, so I've got to get off the phone, okay?
I'm not going to go along with your bullshit lie.
Okay.
I'm never going along with it. You quit your fucking job that you had for like 9 years at Eastside to go camping one weekend.
No, I thought we were going to work together. That's it.
I got records of when you started and everything. I mean, come on now, bro.
Okay. If you're going to send money, please send money. If not, I don't know what to say.
Hey, bro, I'm going to send you money, but you're going to listen, man.
Okay.
Listen.
My phone's about to die.
I'm arguing shit, but every time I talk, you talk over me and no.
Well, I just feel like I need to get a word in edgewise, too, because I need to be my own self-advocate here.
Your own self-advocate.
Yeah, Robert wanted me to let in more than one person at a time. That was it.
I'm trying to advocate. I can't pay your rent if I think you're just going to sit here and make
Right.
a bunch of
Okay.
excuses, and you're gonna be like sitting up here like, oh well, it doesn't matter, and it's everybody else's
I
fault.
didn't say
don't
that.
have a
I didn't
job.
say
It's
that.
corporate America's fault, and Elon Musk's fault, and everyone else's fault that I don't have a job. Although 90 million Americans and everybody else in the fucking place, especially where you're living, have to have 3 jobs. I know people that have 3 fucking jobs there.
Oh, okay. Okay. My phone is on 1%, so I've got to get off the phone, okay? I love you, and I'm glad that you called.
No, don't get off the phone.
My phone's going to die, Anna. It's down to 1%.
Put it in a charger and plug it in the wall.
Okay.
Smart guy.
How long is this going to go on for? I don't need to get yelled at. I'd like to have a conversation with you.
I didn't start out yelling at you. I tried to talk to you, and then you started not letting me talk, and then you started, and then I said I tried to tell you something, and you tried to keep giving excuses about how every single job is.
Well, it's not an excuse. There's a difference between an excuse and a reason, Anna.
Everywhere you go, and they all get rid of you anyway because you're a better worker than everyone. So
No, I didn't say that they got rid of me.
They definitely don't want you there because then you're slow, because you're so fast. The rest of the crew's going slow. So
well, at OIA they wanted 120 scans in a minute, or excuse me, 2 scans a minute. And there's only so many things you could do. It takes a football field to go to get one item and then go get another item to do order fulfillment. You have to put it in a package. I was clearing out all the orders. I literally was.
Well, let's get off all that.
Okay.
What kind of work do you want to do? What kind of work do you want to do?
I'm so flustered right now. I don't know what to tell you. Just anything that can pay the bills. I don't know what's going to be able to afford an apartment on my own because there's not a lot of work. So if I do get a job that's minimum wage or something, I'm not going to be able to afford an apartment. Every time I go and try to find a job, it's okay, but it's not enough to pay all the bills on your own.
So I know that, like, for example, like Costco's hiring and both Home Depots are hiring, and if you work like the overnight positions.
Well, I've got to be able to get there on the bus, Anna.
Let me finish.
I've got to be able to get there on the bus.
Oh, you have a one wheel. Costco's right.
No, I don't have a one wheel. I don't have a one wheel.
Get to either Home Depot.
I've got a bicycle. That's what I got.
What about those Lime scooters that they have all over town?
And that costs money.
Okay.
It costs money to unlock. You have to pay per minute.
Why wouldn't you leave early in the morning and then try to walk to work or something? You can get.
I would do that if it's close enough, Anna.
Those Home Depots are really close to you, actually.
Well, the one down off Stark, I've applied to. They start you off at 20 hours a week.
You better try again.
I will.
Oh, hold on. It's better than 0 hours a week, making $0.
Oh, okay.
It gives you something to do in the meantime, and then you have, okay, now you got 20 hours taken up. At least you're bringing in enough money to pay your own fucking rent, right? For now, in the place you're in, and then what you do is you go look for something better while you have a fucking job.
Well, that's what I do normally, and then when I find a different spot, I give my notice, and then I try to move on, and that's it.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
You have a driver's license?
Yes, but I don't have a car.
Well, I understand you don't have a car, but what about like TriMet and shit like that?
I applied at TriMet. What happened was they were ready to hire me. They needed proof of my high school education. So then I contacted the MESD because they wanted the last year transcripts. The MESD never contacted me back. When I contacted the MESD, they said, well, due to COVID lockdowns, we're unable to, and then TriMet can only hold your application for so long, so I can't get hired at TriMet. They wanted to hire me. They wanted to hire me to do maintenance or...
What about Portland Public School District? Everyone's hiring for bus drivers and stuff.
Right? No,
I and you could probably...
But the Portland Public School would still... They would still need to provide... Anna, they would still need to provide the documents that said that I graduated high school, and they haven't.
Listen. I think you should try again at TriMet?
Well, I applied at TriMet, and they will not finish the hiring process until I get my last year transcripts. That is from the Multnomah Education Service
that's fine.
District,
So
which they
I
have not
actually-
answered me back.
Listen, I actually know somebody that drove school bus for Gresham School District.
Well, they won't hire you either until you get that document, and it's the school district that has to release it.
She never graduated high school.
I did. I graduated.
You don't have that document.
I graduated Alpha High School in 2006, Anna.
Listen, I'm not talking about you. The person I know that drove for Gresham School District didn't go to high school and drove for him for a long time. She never graduated from high school. So there you go.
No, it's not that. I've applied at those jobs too. I've applied for David Douglas too.
School bus. You applied to drive a Gresham school bus?
No, I didn't know that there was a job open to do the school bus thing. Why school buses? Why buses?
There has been for the last 4 years. I mean, well, when you don't got nothing, you should just be looking at everything.
I do, and I go and I randomly apply at every job that's open, just to make sure, just to get something to bite back. That's what I do. Yeah, I mean, you got to put your fishing lure out in every direction.
School bus driver. It's been on the news in Portland that they have a shortage in school bus drivers.
I haven't seen any of that.
I mean, it's kind of hard when you're making a bunch of YouTube videos and not looking for a job.
I'm looking for jobs, Anna. I literally look on.
Not the way I'm looking at this YouTube account rack up.
Hey, hold on. What do you think? You don't think that you schedule videos ahead?
How am I not in Oregon, but I can find all these open jobs directly right around you?
Send me links to them so I can actually see them myself, because every time I look up stuff like that online, I don't see it.
That's funny because they all have a place where it says apply, and even if they weren't...
Well, some of it says flex job, some of it says no gig ditty, and then you click on the link and then it takes you to Gig Smart, and then it's just an endless loop is what it is.
Which website is that? Which website is that?
Exactly. Tell me can you send me a link?
Which one is it? It's doing everything you just said.
Job Hat, no gig ditty.
I don't know what that is. Not everybody posts on those.
Well, what postings are you looking at? Because I have no idea.
Oh, I went all on Indeed. I mean, there's ZipRecruiter, Indeed.
I've tried Indeed. I've applied at several jobs for Habitat for Humanity. They still haven't gotten back to me. The only job Indeed's offered me.
I've never met anybody with more excuses than you. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay.
There's only one other guy I know, and he's about 600 pounds.
Okay.
And he's got just as many excuses. You guys both got more too.
The only job Indeed's offered me in the last 6 weeks is a temporary election job.
Indeed doesn't offer jobs. They only can show you whatever's up on there. And why didn't you take it then? It's money in the fucking bank.
And because I have to take 3 buses to get into Washington. I can't afford to get on the bus to go into Washington. It's too far to ride a bike.
Well, maybe you should just take the bike around you and drive it right to the goddamn Home Depot down the fucking road and try again.
Okay.
In person, not online.
I have.
You know?
I have. They do all their hiring, all the applications online now.
When's the last time you applied at Home Depot?
It's been a couple weeks, but I mean, when they don't hire, they don't respond back. I mean, what do you do?
Here's the thing: is that everybody's hiring right now because it's about to be Christmas time, so it's like everybody's going to be hiring.
Yeah, but can you send me the link to these jobs that you're seeing, because I don't see any of these jobs.
You need to fucking do something for yourself.
Okay.
No, I can't. Like, look, warehouse associate.
What's the website?
Job ID.
What's the website?
HomeDepot.com.
Okay.
It's in Portland, Oregon. It's under careers. Home Depot careers.
So I've made a profile with them and I've uploaded my resume They've got all my personal information. They said that they were going to contact me when a job was open.
Which Home Depot?
It doesn't matter. They have a company
That's it,
website.
they're all different.
Okay, the one in Jansen Beach, the one off Stark, but they don't say which one they're going to send you to. They just send you to whatever one's got an open position.
That's weird because I'm looking at this one right here. It says the store location is at Airport Way, which it does an online assessment first. Let's see. Let's go down. Let's look. Warehouse Associate, Portland, Oregon.
Okay. Well, I'll go and apply at that one. Okay. Okay.
Apply right online. Look at that. Apply right online.
I will.
Okay. But then here's the thing. If you don't answer your phone like you don't when your mom and your sister calls and shit, the people who are trying to pay your rent, if you don't answer the phone, or like...
I texted you right after you called, Anna.
Hold on. You can't do that when someone's calling to give you a job list. Or wait, hold on. How about the other day when I saw you post that whole thing that proved that you were being incompetent when the lady's fucking showing you, hey, you don't need to do that. Don't worry about